Kenyan government has always been afraid of Uganda, or it has always seems to be so, to an extent that now people in the world see Kenya as a small branch of Museveni's government. Just recently, a prominent Uganda opposition politician, Kizza Besigye, who is a very big critic of Yoweri Museveni, was abducted in Nairobi, Kenyan capital. He was to attend a book launch of another politician. Later on, he appeared in a military court in Kampala. Arrested with him was Haji Dutale Kamulagea, another opposition figure. Of course, accusations were baseless, but nevertheless, he was remanded to Luzira prison until December 2nd, 2024. So far, Uganda military has never commented on the incidents. Very wise. But again, Ugandan information minister said that Uganda government does not carry out abduction. That is number one. Number two, he said that any arrest carried abroad will be carried in a collaboration with the host country. Okay? To make it clear, Besigye was not arrested. By definition, arrest is to legally, usually by authority, capture or seize someone and take them into custody awaiting legal trial. Usually it happens openly and sometimes with arrest warrant. I want to help you visualize how free Ugandan government is free breaking law on the Kenyan soil. If you stick around, I'll give you some facts to support my claim. Besigye was abducted. Okay, what is kidnapping and how does it differ from abduction? When a person is kidnapped, he or she has been taken against his or her will, usually through forcible means or by threat against him or her, or in some ways of deceit. The aim is usually to get a certain gain like money or favor. Abduction, on the other hand, is when a person is taken away from his or her location by persuading, act of fraud, or with forceful way that may include violence. The aim is usually to prevent the victim from doing something that he has been doing, for example, from participating in a politics or from running a business, and sometimes the victim is not even intending to go back home. More often than ever, abductors do not identify themselves, unlike kidnappers. Okay, now you know that Besigye was abducted. Of course, according to the will of Ugandan government, but at the expense of Kenyan reputation globally.
Besigye's arrest has brought Kenya's role in Uganda's crackdown on the opposition into the spotlight. Some opposition leaders have expressed dismay over the fact that Kenya used to be a safe haven for them, but it is now becoming an operational zone for the dictatorship in Uganda. Concerns have been mounting recently about Kenya's involvement in the reported kidnappings of foreign nationals.
According to the Uganda Information Minister's statement, they says be it abduction, arrest or kidnap was done in collaboration with Kenya. However, Kenya's principal secretary of foreign affairs told the media that Kenya was not involved in the incidents. I don't care who is to be believed. The fact remains, according to the two statements, either Ugandan officials were sent by their government to freely do whatever they want to someone who is legally in Kenya, in Kenyan soil, particularly in Kenyan capital, Nairobi, without the concept of Kenyan government, and go back to Uganda unquestioned. Or the Kenyan official did all of this on behalf of Ugandan government, simply because the old guy Museveni wanted it done. Okay, maybe that is not an issue, but this should be an issue. Here is Lake Victoria. There's an island around rock crammed with congregated metal sharks raised out of Lake Victoria, right at the border between Kenya and Uganda. Now both countries claim ownership of this island, and there are police forces from both countries. Now here's my issue, okay? Now in 2020, Kenya agreed to share the disputed Migigo Island with Uganda, even after the government maintains that the land is in Kenya.
I also wish to reassure all Kenyans that the islands of Migingo and Ugingo lies squarely on Kenyan territory in Lake Victoria.
Gingo Island belongs to Kenya. That is the reality. It is for Kenyans and nothing else.
Sharing is caring, of course, but sharing after thousands of claims and allegations of Uganda military harassing Kenyan residents in Migingo. First, Kenya has the largest percentage of people living in Migingo, but most of them have been arrested and detained for fishing in what is claimed to be Ugandan territory waters. Mind you, it does not happen to Ugandans in our own territory. Okay, Uganda officials even interfered with the voters registration practice in 2012 and pointed the guns at Kenyans who protested against the interference. Kenya first responded by condemning Uganda as an aggressor. However, the military of Uganda levied taxes on Kenyans who live in Migingo and forced 4,000 of Kenyans out of the island for refusing to pay taxes. I mean, all sources point out that Migingo is Kenya. So, if I'm right, Uganda army is harassing Kenya right in our own soil in front of our own police officers who are deployed to protect Kenyans. According to Kenyans living on the island, residents were being forced to pay 70,000 fee to get registration number for their boats and additional 4,000 weekly taxes. And the only thing Migori Commander David Kirui can afford to say about this is that
during numerous joint meetings between Kenya and Uganda officials on the island, these issues never came up.
I mean, these people are threatened. Look, when Uganda deploys elite soldiers to guard Migingo, Kenya only deploys just normal police officers, and very few of them, before appearing with speeches like,
"The two countries enjoy good relationship considering Uganda is Kenya's largest trading partner."
I know all of you remember in 2022 when General Muhoozi, the son of Museveni, sent out series of tweets about Kenya in October 3rd, 2022, threatening to invade Kenya, particularly Nairobi. He said this in Twitter: "It wouldn't take us, Miami and me, 2 weeks to capture Nairobi." Later on, Museveni apologized for his son's lack of wisdom. Then he promoted him afterward to the rank of general. If you are wise, you will know for sure he was posting apologetic face to fool Kenyans. But to the militaries, both Kenya and Ugandan, he was just like, "Yeah, my son is damn fucking right." I'm not telling Kenyan government to do something because Muhoozi was just being childish. I'm Karakemanji. Guess then.